Hey coin collectors and welcome to the DC Coin World International coin channel. Today we're going to talk about the 1961 United States Jefferson nickel or 5 cents coin and how many they made, where they made them, what the current values are, and how to identify one worth lots of money. And we're also going to talk a little bit about these coins to start. And this is a Great Britain or United Kingdom 1 shilling coin, and this is a Canadian 5 cent coin. So let's start with that. The United States nickel is 1/20th of a US dollar. There's 20 of these to a dollar. The British 1 shilling coin, back when they had the pound coin, was 1/20th of a British pound. In the Canada 5 cent coin was 1/20th of a Canadian dollar. And you see this one in 1961, kind of a special one. A 12-sided coin, has a beaver on the back, 5 cents at the top. This coin is all nickel. There's virtually no copper in this coin at all in 1961. It's a nickel coin. The United States coin, they call it a nickel, but it is actually 75% copper, 25% nickel. You see Monticello on the back, 5 cents. And then the 1 shilling coin, and you see this is the young Queen Elizabeth on the front of this, a Mary Gillick portrait of Queen Elizabeth when she was 29 years old and first became queen in 1953. And then on the back you see that it says Fid Def, or Defender of the Faith, 1 shilling. And you see the 19 here and the 61. They actually made two different versions of this coin. This is the English version with the lions lying down, and then there was a Scottish version with a lion standing up. This 1 shilling coin is also 75% copper and 25% nickel. There's 21 shilling coins to the pound, but guess what? They also had a penny in Great Britain at that time, and this is the 1 penny coin. 240 of these to a pound, so 1 shilling was 12 pennies, and there were 20 to the pound. The 1 penny coin, 240 to the pound, and this is the 1961. Same portrait on there, the Mary Gillick portrait. So these coins were huge. If you needed 240 of these to make a pound coin, it was a little much. In 1971, the United Kingdom decimalized the pound and made it 100 pennies to the pound and made a 5p coin, of which it was 20 to the pound, essentially the same as our US nickel. So this United Kingdom coin weighed 5.66 grams. The United States nickel weighs 5.0 grams, and the Canadian 5 cents coin weighed 4.54 grams. And one of the things that happens with these coins is, because it's thinner, has these sides on it, and weighs less, does not confuse the vending machines when you put one in. And you can see looking at it how much thinner it is than the US nickel. Canada still does make a nickel coin. It's not 12-sided anymore. The United Kingdom gone to the 5p or 5 pence coin, but the US still does make the US nickel. In 1961, they made the nickel at 2 different mints. They made it at the Philadelphia Mint, and if you want the Philadelphia Mint coin, you simply look here, and if there's no mint mark, it means it's from Philadelphia. For the Denver Mint coin from 1961, they will have a D over here, and you can see that D. So if we compare them to each other, you'll see there's a D there, very easy to see when you magnify it up a little bit, and no D there. Since we have them on the back, let's talk about what makes these nickels so valuable. If you want to find a very, very expensive 1961 US nickel, you're going to need to have steps on here on Monticello. So it says E pluribus unum at the top, Monticello here, which was Thomas Jefferson's home. 5 cents here, United States of America. If you have the steps, then you can have an incredibly expensive coin. We'll talk about that. You can get the steps, but unfortunately for this one right here, this is a 1961 also, but this is a 1961 from the proof set. So if you get a proof set coin, it's almost always going to have all the steps on it. But it just is not going to have the same value as a regular circulating coin from Denver or Philadelphia. And you also see that the proof set coin is made at Philadelphia. This was before they started making the proof coins at the San Francisco Mint. So there's no mint mark here on a proof coin. If you get one that's really, really shiny, and you're not sure if it's Philadelphia or not, if it's out of the proof set, you may very well have to go to an expert to figure out whether this is a proof coin or a Philadelphia regular circulating coin. But in many cases, you can tell it's a proof coin just because of its shininess like this. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1961, they made $73.64 million. The auction record is $10,800, and they hardly made any that were in really, really good shape. A Mint State 65 from Philadelphia goes for $4,000. A Mint State 67 Plus with the full steps goes for $35,000. There are less than 2 dozen that we know of full steps versions of the Philadelphia coin. At the Denver Mint, with the D here, they made $229 million. So $229 million at Denver, $73 million at Philadelphia. The auction record is $23,000 for one of these. The highest graded Denver Mint 5 cents coin is a Mint State 65, and PCGS currently values it at $20,000. But if you get this even as low as a Mint State 63 with full steps, still worth $2,500. Now the proof coins, like this one that we showed you, can be very, very valuable, but they have to be in incredibly good shape, and they have to be what they call a deep cameo. The deep cameo Jefferson is polished differently, and it actually comes off as a white coin with a black background when you get the deep cameo. So this is not a deep cameo, but the best deep cameo, a Proof 69, goes for $33,800. This coin right here from the proof set is not a cameo at all. It's just a regular proof coin, probably worth $2 to $3 maximum. There is a triple die reverse proof coin that you can look for also, and those are very hard to identify without having a microscope or some specialty magnifier. And those ones, you'd have to actually look online to see what the differences are between the triple die reverse and the regular coins, but it's going to be tripling in the letters on the back. All right, so you can get some pretty expensive 1961 nickels. They're hard to find, and the first thing you need to look at in every case is whether they have the full steps on them. Good luck coin hunting out there. And we'd love to have you subscribed to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel and put any comments you have in the comment section.